Look into my eyes and what do you see? It's our future together, my wifey.
Tips when I'm at the restaurant.
Going to have to fly to Istanbul. I would argue that Italian surgeons are better, but sometimes they won't do some of the more black-pilled extreme movements.
Does this not remind you of Zac Efron? Was Zac Efron not already extremely attractive? And then what did he do to his face? What if after he gets his surgery, it's botched? How often do we see beautiful girls go and get hot dog lips? They look great. Perhaps the first time they get filler, they even look a little bit better, dare I say. But eventually, one thing leads to the next, and they've got hot dogs on their lips, their cheeks are out to here, and their breasts weigh 10 pounds each. What happened? How did they go from A to Z so quickly? And so
I will say, okay, I don't understand why Clavicle is doing this, but I will say, for people who are already famous, right? There's so many comments on your body, on your face, like everything. There's so much hate. And that could, if you have a weak mental, that could lead to you like, you know, if you're not really securing yourself already, like, you know you look good. These people who are online be like, yo, you're ugly as shit. Yeah, you look like dog shit. Ew, what's wrong with you? You know? Gotta get
the temptation to continue to get cosmetic surgery once you started, it's real. And how many people don't think that all of those people have body dysmorphia? It's when you look in the mirror and you don't like the reflection that you see back. I'm certainly not gay in saying that I think that this is a very attractive man, far above average. And he's 6'2" to boot. And yet he wants to get limb lengthening surgery and he needs more cheekbones.
Yeah, he wouldn't be 6'6".
The surgery is called a Bimax. It's a double jaw surgery, right? So they're going to make an...
By the way, sure smells good. He's 19 years old. He is 19 years old and he looks like this. First of all, he's already looking 20-something at 19, like 20, what is it, 25?
Osteotomy in the upper jaw, my maxilla, and advance it forward, and the lower jaw.
And so...
You see how this nigga... Bro. What's up, Eddie? It's crazy. His frontal lobe not even fully developed yet. This nigga's not even a fully grown adult. When he gets older and he realizes all the shit that he's done for his appearance, it's gonna be crazy.
An osteotomy in the upper jaw, my maxilla, and advance it forward, and the lower jaw.
And so, is he trying to look like Giga Chad? Like, does he need to perpetually have a resting bitch face with the hunter eyes and the jaw forward and the protruding cheek implants?
What I want to say to that is extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures, right? And the extraordinary times are just how hypergamous women are nowadays.
Out of 100 people...
What are we talking about? 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 Dude, you're 6'2". I would say the dude looks good. I mean, he does have a terrible personality. And I feel like that's, if you're not getting women, what woman is gonna like your personality, bro? You can be the most attractive man in the world. If a girl really know her worth, she's not gonna stay with you because you're like, ugh, you know? It's not all about looks, man. If he's thinking it's all about looks, that's gonna be a dangerous game actually getting with a girl. Like, why do you only care about look? Like, why is that like, why?
Well, I bet all of them are going to rate you as an 8, 9, or a 10. And so let's take the average. He's a 9. 99th percentile looks, it's not enough because women are hypergamous by nature. And so when they're with me, I mean, I'm only
and he
at
puts
the
on
99th
makeup too.
percentile. What happens when the guy comes along and he's 6'6"? What if he has more muscle? And what if he has a better tan? If that man can come along and take your woman, let him have her. He did you a favor. If you're with someone and you're in love, and someone can come along and steal them from you, they weren't yours to begin with. And so let it happen. You're going to convince me that this man is getting his jaw surgery to be forward and the protruding cheekbones and the nose surgery, all so that he can keep his woman because of hypergamy. This is ridiculous. I thought he was confident. I thought he had a strong self-esteem. Clearly, he does
No,
not. Do you really think I'm worried about...
Bro, I did see some of the stuff he said. Like I said earlier, he said, probably gonna talk about it in the video. Meth, testosterone, a bunch of bunch of pills, not like crazy pills. I think like pills you take to like vitamin A pills type. I don't know, man. But also on top of that, he also said, yeah, meth is a lot better than Adderall.
Mepsigram being swooned off of her feet from some 6'2" Chad.
And the men who are not at the top percentiles are left with nothing, right? Because
see, I want a good-looking girl,
extremely
but like
sexually promiscuous.
Not all
she doesn't have to
women
be
are
like
extremely sexually promiscuous. Not all women are thoughts are 304s. Not all women are like a Cash's wife.
I've
real.
been rated.
But I will say it's because of social media. Social media pushes out this thing, and then people just fall for it. Yo, if you don't go outside and actually meet a girl, which is what I had to realize too. Like I was like, damn, bro, I really don't want to meet my girl through social media. First of all, social media is fake. I mean, nowadays it's kind of real, but social media is fake in the grand scheme of things. On top of that, meeting a girl that's not in person is just like, that's not like, I don't know, man. It's just like
What's called a high tier normie is
It can't
what
work.
a lot of people say. So the scale is low tier normie, mid tier normie, high tier normie, Chad light, and Chad.
What exactly is that? A normie high tier sounds high, but it's not quite a Chad, a Giga Chad, an Adam. What is going on?
Women will always tend to rate people that they find average, 50th percentile, as a 7.
Average is not a 7.
is he really doing all of this for women though? Like, is he doing all of this for women? For women's attention? What is wrong with bro?
A 7's above average. Average is a 5. We all know this.
People are placing me high tier normie as a little bit above average, between a 6 to a 6.5.
Does that mean he's rating himself a 6.25? I guess the rest of us are all negative numbers. What is going on right now? This is not a 6. And so by clinical definition, how is this not body dysmorphia? The average person thinks he's an 8 or 9.
Yeah, why do white people hate black people but still get tans and try to be darker? You know, it doesn't like what?
9 or 10. He thinks he's a 6 or a 6.5.
But if the surgery went wrong,
6'7",
if the surgery was
6'7".
botched, like what would happen? What's the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario is an infection.
No, the worst case scenario is you could die. The second worst scenario is
Whoa.
you could be disfigured. You could be in pain for
Nah,
the rest
deadass.
of your
Let's feel it
life.
too.
How would you
Yes.
differentiate what the average person thinks of attraction?
So it's a huge numbers thing. It's really autistic, but everything is about numbers, right, and measurements.
You know, I really appreciate the tism in him. I'm really about the numbers and the stats. I mean, I'm spending like 4 hours looking at stats last night on my bike racing and so on. I really love this, but I think he's just got it wrong.
There's just all these different numbers, and then it gets you what's called a harmony score, right? So you take all these different measurements, you do the math, you check it out on your face, and then we're gonna get a percentage harmony score.
Or you're either hot or you're not. It's not a measurement. It's not the distance from here to there and there and this and that.
Deadass. The only time people really care about that is when it looks it looks weird. Like if my eyes were like right here instead of like where they are right now, it'll look weird. That'll be, you pay attention to that. But anything like oh, you have a negative cantil tilt. I mean a tilt, negative cantil tilt. Like who the cares about that, bro? If you look good, you look good. You know.
It's everything in 1 and in a quarter second, point
I will
one
say
of a
I
second,
do want girls with bigger
hot or
lips,
not.
though.
I
'cause, like,
don't
more
need a
attractive.
measurement, a ruler. I don't need to feed my appearance into ChatGPT to know if somebody is good looking or not. And remember, beauty is subjective. It's in
Yes.
the eye of the beholder. And so what's strikingly beautiful for one person might be ugly for the next.
So in terms of the numbers thing, the closest person we get to perfection is Matt Bomer.
Isn't it interesting that Superman, who is exactly what clavicular looks like, is the perfect man according to science? 94% on the looksmaxing scale.
The thing is, I'm playing a game and trying to get a result, right? So I know that looks are gonna help me maintain my relationship more.
I personally only care
What? I know looks are gonna make, bro. If that's so stupid.
about my looks. I don't really care about her looks. It's not so important to me. Do you ever think that other people might have the same thoughts as yourself? You're thinking looks aren't the be all end all. But that's just me. Women are hypergamous. But what if they're not? What if, yeah, they're hypergamous to an extent. They don't want some broke ass. They don't want a guy who's 5'2". They don't want
Broke-ass nigga.
somebody who can't hop a nippard, but they're
is true.
not going to care so much that they want the man that they're in love with to go through all these surgeries in order to them look better. Yeah. Is it possible that surgeries can make you more attractive? I'm sure there are. But what if it's not needed? What if you're good enough as you are? Did you, in fact, think of that?
So do you think looks are the most important thing for
Yeah, I
women?
really
like
F
for them
with
to get men?
Greg Doucet.
Absolutely.
Obviously, looks is the most important thing
Very
to get a
entertaining, I
man.
would say.
Now, to keep a man, it's something different. Looks can get you in the door. The McLaren, the Ferrari, it's nice. You walk up to it, you want to go for a ride. But if you open the door and it smells like shit, it's disgusting, you don't want to go for a ride. And so that is analogous to your body. If it's an amazing external shell, but once you look inside, it's horrendous, no one wants that shit.
What does it mean to be low inhibition?
And just being able to
That's
kind
real-
of
this
do
nigga
and
is
say
spitting right
whatever
now,
you
bro.
want without, spiking your cortisol.
I will say, like, listen, turn-offs, like if a girl like just rude as hell for no reason, if she like just do extra shit, you feel me? Like she just, that's like I'm like, man, come on, man. Like no matter how good she look, I'm gonna be like, bro,
While getting really anxious.
Get
Just
outta
being
here,
free.
man.
How can you be free when
guy's
you
scared of me.
think that
Dude,
you
I was
need to
actually-
be
well, I wasn't
perfect
thinking of that,
in
but-
order to be a proper man? He started
thinking he's
using
like-
steroids at 14. He's on
like-
meth. He's taking retatrutide. How does that let you be free? In comparison,
yes, I forgot that. The nigga he took steroids at 14. 14 years old. Steroids.
I don't have to put on my makeup before leaving the house. Who is more free? How is he free and liberated if he's confined by his appearance?
Do you think alcohol is evil but necessary?
Absolutely. Yeah. Alcohol is the best way to block some of the neurotransmitters that are going to cause people to have anxiety. It's going to make you more sociable.
Bro is 19. What is the age of drinking in the United States?
I was a bouncer for a little while, and that kind of helped me make a lot of necessary observations to shape kind of how I think about everything.
And even if he was, which he's saying he was,
Yeah,
what
I was-
happens if he's a bouncer and he gets in a face and they punch that titanium implant? What's he going to think then when he's no longer pretty?
Right? So I was noticing who was going home with the pretty girls every night. And I noticed it was really about 1% to 2% of men, right? So it was people who were very tall.
Do you not think that that has somehow influenced to think he needs these surgeries?
A woman who's with a man who's rich and not good looking will never truly love him. Okay? This is a term called beta boxing.
Beta boxing. That's just gold digging. What do you need other terms for gold digging for? It's just gold digging. And with that, bro, that's way different than just being attractive, though. That's way different, dude.
And I wish that somebody could talk to this man and convince him, because I feel like he's reasonable. I feel like if he was presented with the proper
He seems
data,
self-aware
that he would
about it.
believe
It's just like he's just
Clavicular.
not.
It's possible for a woman
is he
to
doing?
be with a man not because he's extremely good looking. He has a lot of money. He's not exceptionally attractive, but he has that it factor. The je ne sais quoi. The personality. Perhaps he's funny, he's humorous, he's confident. And the woman just likes him for him, despite his appearance, despite the fact that maybe he's only a 5'6" manlet. There's women
Oh,
out
shit, talking about
there
me.
that it's not only about looks. Of course, looks is important. There needs to be a genuine burning desire for that man. But to say a woman can never truly love a man unless he's good looking, this is not true.
Myron Gay
Real.
was talking about yesterday. He said that guys, if you don't have any money or any status, just always going to be worried about a dude with more money than you taking your girl.
It's the complete opposite.
Let's just be honest, bro. Listen, if you're that insecure, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very insecure when I was in my relationship. I thought she was gonna get took all the time, but that was because I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't loving myself. I was just like, I didn't think I was that good looking at the time. I'm short. I got a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? If I was ugly, the way I would act would turn a lot of people off, but I'm not. So like, it's like, you know, and thinking that, I was like, damn, bro, she probably gonna leave my ass. Whole time she was in love with me. I mean, I was in love with her too, but she was in love with me. And yeah, I broke her heart. I still feel bad though. But wait, what were we talking about? Damn, what were we talking about?
Opposite the way.
He's not dead.
A dude said that guys, if you don't have any money or any status, just always going to be worried about a dude with more money than you.
Yes, that's stupid to worry about. If your girl gets took, she was never your girl, just like he said. On top of that, not every girl wants that. Niggas like grouping these girls up like, oh, so many girls are thought. I mean, yeah, girls. There's been girls' thoughts since the beginning of time. Same thing with dudes. You can't really group that like, oh, I can't trust no hoe. I can't trust none of these girls. First of all, trust a hoe. Why would you trust a hoe? But if you calling a girl a hoe in the first place, it's like, that's your problem. You feel me? But, right? There's always gonna be women who cheat. There's always gonna be women who do this and do that. That's not good. But then you can't group the minority or majority, maybe it's the majority, with the minority. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, all girls are thoughts, all girls cheat, shit like that.
Taking your girl.
It's the complete opposite of the way.
He's not dead wrong in that way.
You lied and cheated? No, I did not lie or cheat. What happened was, so like I told you, I was never secure in myself. I was always like lacking confidence, self-esteem, things like that. So when I got in a relationship, I got a lot of confidence. Like she kind of boosted my confidence. On top of social media, I was like, damn, I look good, right? So I broke up with her to be a hoe. At the time, I wasn't coming to terms with that, but now I can look back and say it was the wrong move. On top of I fucked up, and it was fucked up. If I could go back in time and redo that, I probably would. I would still break up with her. I just wouldn't do what I did afterwards, which I regret a lot. I actually regret that a lot. But can't dwell on the past. You feel me?
They're both right. Your woman, based on hypergamy, can go for another person who's either more attractive to you or has more money than you. Either or, it can happen. But remember, if they did take that woman away from you, they did you a favor. You should be thinking, thank you for showing me who she truly is, not thinking, oh, I lost my... No, be a man and move on.
Yeah, in terms of what you can get away with, the threshold goes through the roof as you get better looking, right? You can do things that unattractive people can never fathom, right?
That is true. That is true. I'm not gonna lie, that is true. But like, that is true. But you don't gotta just destroy your body to look good. Destroy your mind and your face to look good. You were made that way for a reason, bro. There's no reason to get all these surgeries. There's no reason to take steroids or testosterone, whatever. There's no reason to do meth. Like, dude.
I mean, exactly. There is...
I know. The dude's, he's a good looking dude. I don't know why he's so, like, not... I don't know why he's so insecure.
There's no bad man. There's only bad looking. You can essentially do anything if you're good looking enough. You're only a creep if you're not hot. If you're an attractive man, you can get away with almost anything. And if you can't, you're probably just not hot enough.
Attractive prisoners get 40% less, on their prison sentence than unattractive,
I think that might be true. I don't know. That sounds true. Remember that one nigga, that light-skinned dude with the bald head? His mugshot dropped, and girls was going crazy over him, bro. The internet was going crazy over bro. And I think he got like some modeling deals after he got out. Everybody was hitting him up and shit. Cause like the dude looked good. Like it's just, you can really do a lot of things while looking good.
prisoners. Example of this was Jeremy Meeks.
Jeremy
Whoa!
Meeks. Who doesn't remember
Whoa! That's crazy.
this? Most attractive prisoner, women were saying, no, take my money, be with me. We don't care about the assault and battery.
I always wished I had blue eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I had blue eyes, I'd be like, "What's up, girl?"